I'm going to record this call, so that way, if you're able to write notes, that'll be dope. If not, then I'll post this in the group, and then you guys can make sure you watch this and do it. So I will be sharing my screen in a little bit to see what time it is.
Billy messaged me a little bit ago and told me that she was trying to download the app. It was taking forever. So.
Okay, that's fine. We'll give a couple more minutes, and then I'm gonna be sharing my screen in a little bit. And Brittany, you sent the updated script. Yeah, I saw you do that.
Yeah, but I need Roger. You can, if you want to, you can type. There's a chat box on the bottom. It says chat. Oh wait, you're on the phone.
Yeah, he's on the phone. That's all right.
I should have your email. Hold on. I should have your email. Let me email this to you so you have it. Which one are you using? The Roger.ballet.
Yeah, send it to that one. That's fine.
Okay. So I sent that. This is just like a practice script, like a kind of to give you an idea of how a typical Facebook conversation would go with somebody. And so you don't just give them the information, because what we have is valuable information. We don't want people just taking the information and not signing up. So you got to make sure that you get the commitment from them.
All right, cool. So we're going to go ahead and rock and roll this thing. I didn't want to be too long, 25, 30 minutes, if that. Like I said, I'm going to record this and put it in our group, or I might have to put it like on YouTube so I can have a link. So I'll put it in that. Either way, I'll get it out to you guys. So want to first welcome everybody to the team that's been brought aboard by Brittany. It's a very exciting. We got a lot. We got a lot we want to accomplish. So definitely, if you have time, put down on a sheet of paper somewhere. Keep a notebook. Keep little notes and put down your goals and the things that you would like to accomplish. We're not just in here, just to save face. We're in here to build wealth and create an income for ourselves that we don't have to work. So, when you're in here, expect to get paid. That's why we all joined this business, because we were wanting income on a residual level and a passive income level, and be able to pass this on to the generations after us. So expect to make money, expect to advance, expect to get the things that you wanted to get out of this. So that's first thing. So we want to make sure that everybody has done their W-4 form. So that's the first thing. So I'm going to go ahead and sign. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Share screen. All right, cool. So, Brittany, can you see that? Can you see my screen?
Yep.
All right, cool. All right, so you want to. So I went over the W-4 form with Billy earlier today. If you need help, if you want me to go over that with you, I have no problem. Just put it in the inbox, and then I'll get on the line with you to go over it. But when you log into your back office, you're going to log on to your website, whatever that may be. And then if you click on, Brittany, you can still see my screen, right? Huh?
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to click on Training Center, My Econ Training Videos. Now I told Brittany earlier, like if you click on the minimize tax strategy, the video is in there, but that's an older video. So you want to go to quick start, and then you want to watch the tax withholding video in where it says tax withholding June Collier, and that's the most updated W-4 training for the 2018 W-4. Again, watch that. Of course, if you have any questions or whatever the case may be, please don't hesitate to give me or Brittany a call so we can walk you through it, because that's going to be one of your testimonies. That's going to be where you can be able to say, hey, I did my W-4 and I got an extra $100, $200, $300, whatever the case may be. That was going to be your testimony and your peak when you're talking to prospects, talking to friends about what it's done for you, because it's more believable. People can connect with the story. So if you saw how I got there, once you log in, you're going to see a screen just like this. And this is recorded. So if you're on the phone right now, once I post the video, you'll be able to walk through this, and you just click on Training Center. And then you're going to click on My Econ Training Videos. And then you're just going to click on the Quick Start. And then you're going to go through, and then you're going to click on the tax withholding video. Now, I strongly encourage everybody to watch all the trainings that are on here, because this is for you guys. So when it comes to tax training, when it comes to anything that you would need to know, all of that is going to be in here. So you definitely want to take some time out to do it. Don't overwhelm yourself. A lot of people want to go through everything before they start talking to people or going through everything. These are your reference. These are your videos. So, do it at your own pace. Don't overwhelm yourself to your, falling asleep, just because this is for you, and you want to be able to take full advantage of it. So that's that. The next thing that you guys want to do is you want to make sure that the cash flow manager is on your phone. So you want to be able to have that on your phone. That's what you use to take pictures of your receipts and to keep track of your business write-offs. So again, you're going to be on this homepage when you log in, this Business Management Center.
They show you how to fix W-4 and earn up to like $200 back on the first
And then you're going to click on to Tools. And when you click on Tools, this thing load up, you're just going to click on Cash Flow Manager. And it'll bring you to Cash Flow. It'll be in Cash Flow Manager. Now, when you click on, this is on my computer. So if you're on your computer and you click on Tools, click on Cash Flow Manager. If you click on Mobile, it'll tell you. And honestly, I just realized they just actually updated, so it's actually in the Google Play in the App Store. So prior to this, we used to have to save it on our home screen. So we would just go to the mobile version of it and on our phones and save it on our home screen. So now it's an actual app in the Apple Store or the Google Play. So just go, Cash Flow Manager app into your Google Play Store, your Apple Store, and go ahead and download that to your phone, because that is where you're going to be keeping track of your receipts. So you want to make sure that you're recording the costs that you paid to get started. That's a write-off. Your $35 monthly fee. A lot of fees that are on monthly reoccurring, you guys can actually put that on reoccurring and it'll automatically populate for you. So if you're writing off your cell phone, let's say you're writing off that, if your cell phone is due the 15th of every month, you can set it to reoccur and it'll do 15 on the 15th of every month. So that is that. So any questions so far? And again, this will be recorded, so you can always go back. You'll be able to go back and use this as a reference. But any questions so far before I continue?
Not yet. Not of what I've seen so far.
Okay, awesome. So the next thing too, now these are something that the other stuff in here is great. Cash flow strategist. That's something that you also want to use itself. Looks like I need to create a new one for this year. But you can go in there, you click on cash flow strategist, and this is pretty much having like a financial planner in your back office. You'll sit down with most financial advisor companies and they'll charge you X $100, $200 to sit down with you. You can actually sit down and build a plan on what you want to do. So if you want to be able to save for $5,000, if you want to, save for $100,000 over the next couple of years, you'll literally go here and answer the questions. So I'll ask you, what's your top 5 financial goals? You'll put them in there. What's your retirement freedom goal? And you'll answer the questions there. What's your reoccurring expenses? What is your debt? You'll be able to put in all your information in there. And at the end of it, it'll spit you out a number of what you need to do every single month to hit whatever goal that you set for yourself. When you can pay off debt as soon as possible. So this is an awesome tool to have. Let's see here. Boom. So let me go back. And then you also have a financial calculator. I love messing with these because these are kind of let you, if you want to know, hey, if I make a periodic monthly investment. So if I make a monthly investment of $100 at an interest rate of 8%, and let's see, in 10 years, and you hit calculate, it'll tell you what that figure will come out to. So it'll say a monthly investment of $100 invested for 10 years at an interest rate of 8% will grow to be worth $18,294.60. So these are fun tools to have when you're talking to people. I like to use this when it comes to the W-4, right? So when people don't realize that they've been overpaying their W-4, you ask them, well, an average refund is about $6,000. So that's about $500 a month. So you let a person know, like they say, hey, I've been working for, you ask them, how long you been working? Well, I've been working for 20 years. And when's the last time you filled out the form? When I first started my job. So you can put that in. If you were investing that money at $500, just at a conservative 8% for 20 years, you've lost $294,510.21.
Good God.
Yeah. Can you afford to do to lose out on another $300,000 for the next 20 years? They're like, absolutely no. I need you to see this information that I have for you because this can very well change that. So these are cool little tools that you can use as you're prospecting, just to kind of bring it home for some people that have some more accounts where they got all these questions and this and that. You say, hey, look, how long you been working? Okay, well, they say average refund is $6,000, $500 a month. If you were investing that money that you were giving to Uncle Sam for over the 20 years you've been working, at this point right now, you would have close to $300,000. And then you just use that as a prospecting tool. So this is stuff for you guys to play around with, to go back into your back office, look at all the cool things that you have that come in that membership. Because this is all for you. So of course, at any point in time, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call, and I can get you, I can walk you through it. But this is all for you guys. So before I go into the building aspect of this, and then we'll close this thing out, any questions so far?
No, I'm just probably watch this a couple thousand times to make sure I get it.
Go Bears. Awesome. So cool. So now we're at the end portion. Let me get out of. I don't think I need anything else, so I'll stop sharing. Okay, perfect. So So for, again, this is, if you can write this down, write it down. If not, this will be recorded. So we want to go over our system. Our system is how we share this information with people. It might sound a little familiar because Brittany probably did this exact same thing. This is how our team runs people through. So that way, as you're starting to bring on people, so let's say, you know, I brung in Brittany brung in Billy, Billy brung in Roger, Roger brung in Paige. If Paige is having any trouble at all, we can be able to ask Paige, hey, what's the system? And then, and Paige should be able to run back the system. She's like, oh, well, it's this, this, and this. And if she's missing something, we can say, okay, that's where the problem is. And we can be able to break that down and be able to see. Because everybody on this call, when you're bringing people on, we want to help people. So not only do we want to help people, but you also have a financial interest in their success. So you want to make sure they're getting all the help from you that they can. Now, as we're growing right now, myself and Brittany are here to work for you. So if you have anybody that you want to talk, any questions, we're going to go to work for you. That's our job. We're going to make sure you have everything you need to make this thing work. So cool. So if you're right now, we have a 6-step system, and we call that our 6 P's. So of course, if you're writing it down, write it down. If not, this will be in the recording. So step 1 is our peak and pass. Peak/pass. Our step 2 is our peak and pass and present. No, excuse me. I'm sorry. Step 1 is prospect.
Oh Lord, Andre.
I think he forgot half of them.
Yeah, man. I knew something didn't sound right. I was like, I said that way
I was
too
like,
early.
that's a little bit different than what Brittany sent me.
Yeah, that's a little bit different, right? All right. My pen doesn't be working. All right. Well, either way, so it's so step 1 is prospect. Step 2 is peak/pass. Step 3 is present. Step 4 is plug in. And step 5 is promote. So it's a 5-step, but it's our 6 P's. So it's not necessarily 6-step because the second one is peak and pass. So step 1 is prospect. Number 2 is peak and pass. Number 3 is present or presentation. Step 4 is plug in. Step 5 is promote. So prospect is obviously the person that you want to talk to. So as when I said earlier in the group, we want to start off by having at least a list of 10 to 15 people that we would like to share this information with. Now, as I recall, Brittany let me know some of you guys were in other businesses as well. So if you are, we're just going to fine tune this. We want to make sure that you have everything that you need. I know a big concern, with Brittany coming in and, talking to a lot of people, the probably number one thing I heard when she let me know about each one of you is that you were just having hard times with your sponsor and getting a hold of somebody. To me, if you're investing in something, it makes no sense to me, and this is just me personally, that anybody should be left alone while they're building in the first 30 days. They don't even do that at a job. Anytime you go to a job, you're doing on-the-job training or whatever the case may be to make sure you're ready to rock and roll. So my goal is we're going to be working with you and making sure you have everything you need. So prospect. So again, prospect is going to be that list of people that you want to get to Brittany ASAP so we can start going over. We're not going to call them right away because we want to make sure that you guys got this down But of course, we also sent the script that we use for Facebook, and that conversation is going to sound the same every single time, versus maybe a question here or there. And at any point in time, don't hesitate to get me on the line or screenshot it to me and say, hey, they kind of said this and threw me off, what should I say next? And I'll walk you through it. So that's prospect. And prospect is the person that you're going to be talking to. Step 2 is the peak and pass. So we want to pique their interest and we want to pass them to a certain tool. So we want to ask them, so you want to have a question that you can ask them. Have you ever heard of income shifting? That's the one that I use. Have you ever heard of income shifting? And then the response I have, and then also that response is also in that script too, to go back and look over it. But if that's not you, that's just the skeleton of it. So you want to drive those points home, but say it how you would, say it how you would say it. You want to make that your own. So you want to ask them, hey, have you ever heard of income shifting? I'll use either that one, or if I'm coming from a building standpoint, I ask them, hey, by any chance, do you keep your options open for additional income outside of what you're doing? And then they'll either answer, yay, yay or no, nay. So once they say yes, that's you pique their information, you pique their interest, and then you want to pass them to a tool. That tool is our 5-minute video. Brittany also put the link to that in the example script, and it's just a quick 5-minute video to give them a little information. So we've piqued their interest. Hey, have you ever heard of income shifting? No, I never heard of that. Pretty much it shows you how to go from working for money to money working for you via minimizing your taxes, eliminating debt, and increasing your cash flow. Have you ever heard of it? No, I haven't heard of it. Okay, cool. Well, would you like some more? Would you like a little information on that? Yes, I would. Okay, perfect. I'm going to send you over a quick 5-minute video, and then I'll follow up with you in about 8 to 10 minutes. And all I want to know is if you would like some more information. Is that fair? You always want to ask questions. Questions control the conversation. So that way there's no awkward pauses, no awkward silence. You always want to put it back on the prospect. So boom. So we've asked them. So we said, hey, we're gonna send you over 5 minutes, and all I want to know is if you want more information after you view that. Is that cool? Yes. What I tend to do when I send the 5-minute video, I always watch the video too, so I know where they're at on that process. So people, when I finish, when I send people a message back, or when I call them back, they're like, man, I just finished. How do you know? Because I'm watching the video with you, so I know where you're at. But if you want to give them a couple minutes, I always say 8 to 10 minutes to give yourself a buffer just in case you're doing something. So then you want to get back on the phone, and then step 3 is going to be presentation. Do not, and I repeat, do not send out a presentation before you have a scheduled follow-up first. Because what usually happens, and I'm sure you guys can attest this, we've been all doing business like this for a while, is that when you send over information to somebody, say, hey, check this out, they're like, cool, I'll get back to you when I finish it. And then when you go to follow up with them, they haven't watched it. Or when you try to get with them, they're not, oh, I haven't seen it yet. So by the time you go to follow back up with them, they've probably stopped hitting you back, because now they feel like you're bothering them, and you're like, man, I'm just trying to follow up with you. But because there was no time set, you don't have any more control. So you always want to make sure you have complete control over your whole process. And of course, myself, and Brittany will be on the phone, and we're going to do role plays so that way you're comfortable and know what to say, how to say, so you'll be fully prepared. And from what Brittany's told me, that's why I'm excited. And for so far, the people that on our team that I've talked to, you guys are extremely sharp. And just interacting a little bit through our group, I don't see any problem with you guys. As long as you guys want it, it's not going to happen overnight, but it's very well doable. And if you guys just keep plugging in, there will be no issue why you can't make $5, $10, $20,000 a month as we start to grow this. Like I said, it won't happen overnight, but as we start to build this thing and set a foundation, it's going to be just that much more fun. Or whatever that goal is that you just need to do it full time, to be able to let the job know, hey, I'm fired. That's what we want to do. So we want to make sure we set a follow-up time. So if me and Brittany were talking and I let Brittany know, and of course how this is also in that example script, but what it'll sound like over the phone would be like, hey, Brittany, so you like that information? You want some more information, right? Yes, I love it. Okay, awesome. If you like that, you're definitely going to love what I have to share with you. This information has changed like my life since I've been applying for it. So it'll take you about 35 minutes to complete. When is the soonest that you can look at the information? Either today or tomorrow. And then you wait to hear back. Okay, tomorrow would be better. Okay, perfect. Well, I have some time either at 1 o'clock or 3 o'clock. What would be best for you? Or before I say that, I always narrow it down: afternoon or evening, or morning or evening, whatever's best for you. You want to do it on your time. And they want to know that you're professional, that, you're not just waiting on them. Even if you got an open day, you're busy. I got 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock. So you want to maintain control. So after you schedule that time, or you let them, they say, hey, afternoon works best. Okay, cool. I have a 1 o'clock and a 3 o'clock. What would be best? Okay, perfect. Now, I'm going to send this information over to you and we'll follow up. I'll have my business partner on the line with me to help answer any of your questions. He's been helping me out. He knows what he's doing. He's an awesome guy. He's an awesome girl. Whatever the case may be, you want to talk that person up to them. So that way there's like a respect level there. So when they get on the phone with that person, they're like, oh, okay, cool. This is, they're rolling with some serious people. So then after you schedule that time, you say 3 o'clock works. Okay, cool. You're going to send them over the information. And then I also like to tell them too before, hey, if anything pops up before that time, please let me know so I can put somebody else in that spot. Is that fair? Yes, that's fair. Cool. And then you go and you schedule your time, and you get back on the phone. You let Brittany or myself know, hey, I got to follow up at tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Can you be available? And I'll clear my schedule to be on the phone with you. Any questions so far? Is all making sense? Liking, loving? Any questions? Am I moving too fast? All right, sounds like we're good to go. All right, cool. So, and let me look at the chat. I see some chats in there. Oh, that was just Brittany talking trash. Got it. All right. And so cool. So we got the prospect. We want to peak and pass. We want to pique their interest with the question, have you ever heard of income shifting? It looks like we got a couple more minutes. I'm almost done anyway. That's our peak and pass, and we want to pass them to the 5-minute video, which will be in that example, that link in there, free to send. And then we want to schedule a follow-up time, and then send them over the full presentation, which is also in the example script. And then step 4 is the plug-in. The plug-in is what you guys are doing now, plugging in into our training calls, plugging in into our group chat, plugging into our Facebook group. You want to stay connected. That's how we plug in. And then promote. We want to promote you to EVP. We want to promote the next event that we got, going on. We are conferences in Atlanta, Georgia, and we have cash flow conferences that we do across the country. So we want to, promote those, let you guys know what's going on. So that plug-in, you guys are doing great already, rocking and rolling. We want you to go EVP ASAP, which is your first 2 people on your team to get promoted to executive vice president. and then that's when the real money starts to begin. So I'm super excited. You should be, because we're here to build a residual based income. You know, $25, $10, $15, $20 is great. But I want the money that constantly comes in every single month, whether I prospect somebody or not. Your team should be at a point where you can go on a month vacation and come back, and your income is, if not double, than when you left on your vacation. Again, that takes time, and it takes plugging in. It takes. I mean, you guys pretty much already know the deal. You guys know how it is. And people say no. You know, cares. We move on, and we keep it pushing. So that's all I have for you guys tonight. We have our team training on Thursday nights. You know, keep your ears open in the Young Wealth Builders Facebook group page. And then, of course, any questions, anything you need, just put them in our group chat, and we'll be good to go. So I'll leave this open for any questions for the next couple minutes, and then if not, we're good to go. I'll get this recording set up and sent into the group.
Andre?
Yes, ma'am.
Only quick question that I have: if we would like to reach out to you, are you able to give us your number?
Yes. Thank you, Banana. So so right now I've also, I don't know what my my phone, like my house line is, what I've been using today, while I get my cell phone back on the road, but my cell phone number is 813-316-3416. That's 813-316-3416.
Okay.
And then once I figure out, or I'll have, because I called Brittany.
I got it.
You got it. My other number, just put that in the group for me. So that's the phone I'll be working on until tomorrow or Wednesday. My cell phone.
Well, I can use your cell. I don't want to call you at home.
Oh man, I mean, it's okay. I mean, hell, that's the only phone I can use right now anyway. So,
Okay.
so you are good. So I'll have Brittany put that in, and thank you, Ms. Bonetta, for that. And then anything else, anybody? All right, cool. So cool. So I'm good, and then we will reconvene and take this to the chat. You guys have a great night. I'm excited to be in business with you. And let's go rock and roll and kill this thing.
Thank you. Excellent training, Andre. Excellent.
All right, thank you, Ms. Bonetta. All right, everybody.
Thank you, Andre.
Good night.
Absolutely.
Good night.